Hi.
Hello.
I feel like our intro music is too happy for a moment like this.
Oh, yeah. We needed it to be just mellow.
Put it in like a minor key.
Minor key for sure. Get the pads out like we're talking about hell.
Yes, exactly.
The burn tonight because I feel like I'm about to.
Repentance, sackcloth, and ash, mourning, Oh, friends, hello. I mean, Tim and April show. We're live. Who knows how long?
There are reports that he just keeps saying he's going to go really long tonight. And remember last year, did we do it live?
Yeah, we do.
For his little speech. It wasn't really a State of the Union officially because it hadn't been a year yet. But anyway, it was really long last year. It was like over an hour and a half, and you and I were dying. And I think he's talking like it's going to be even longer tonight. And let me just say, I'm recovering from the flu. My patience is already almost non-existent. I am downing, what is this, throat coat tea and a cough drop. And if this man goes over 90 minutes,
yeah, I'm going to lose it.
The salt that is going to come out of me, I'm going to be so pissed. Unfiltered. Honestly, I might already be unfiltered because I'm just annoyed that I have to listen to this man talk, even though this was my idea. So.
It was your idea. But I mean, honestly, we've been doing this show for a year now, and we've gone live for almost every major, like either State of the Union address or something like this. So it's part of the Tim and April show lore at this point. And April, I was telling you, I was like, the job isn't always fun. And this is one of those moments where it's 9 o'clock at night, my family's asleep, and I got to be here watching this man yap over God knows what, which is why this is a good time to bring up our Tim and April show 2026 State of the Union bingo card. Ta-da! So you can take a screenshot of this, or you can get it on our Instagram at Tim and April show, and you can follow along to see how quickly this man fills this card out.
Yeah. And I didn't put any free spaces this year just because I feel like a lot of these are free spaces. He's definitely going to say.
Yeah, 100%.
Most of these, if not all of them. I think we might clear the board.
We absolutely might. You know what? I'm going to be even more bold here. I'm going to name it and claim it and say we're going to, April. We are going to clear that board.
Here's my question, though. We should take bets on how quickly do you think we'll get our first bingo?
I gotta think within. I'm gonna go 17 minutes 76 seconds. That's gonna make sense.
Oh wow!
I was thinking 1776. I'm gonna say 18 minutes. I think within 18 minutes we are gonna have our first bingo. Yeah, I do.
I think it depends on how on script. If he sticks to the teleprompter, I think it could go a whole 17 minutes. If he goes off script a little early, I think we could hit it within 10.
It's all.
I don't know.
All things are possible. I mean, look, and the thing is that. By the way, I want to say to T Loaded. I told April the same thing. I'm like, I might have to order Taco Bell for this live. I might have to go old school.
You regretted it every time you do
every
this.
Time.
You regret
I did. I'm working on my figure. I'm trying to, and Taco Bell would just totally ruin all of my progress today because I already ate 3 donuts. So.
3 donuts?
My brother brought over donuts. I couldn't stop myself.
Honestly, a donut sounds good. Not gonna lie. No shade.
Ramblin' Rose Soaps. Thanks for the super chat. Was not going to watch, but decided the bingo night might be fun. Thank you so much. All super chats, friends, go to making this show possible. And by the way, while we're all here, I will say that the Tim and April show is produced by the New Evangelicals, a nonprofit organization that I started, now led by the wonderful Melinda Hale, helping you find a better path forward in your faith. So if you see all of this tonight and you go, I need a better option, check out the New Evangelicals. Check out our community. It's all free. It's all great. And any of the super chats go to making all of that work possible. So just shout out to TNE. Killing it. Killing the game.
Yeah. A couple things to look out for tonight.
Tell me.
So Supreme Court justices, I think they normally sit on the front row. It'll be interesting what that vibe is because Trump just blasted all of them except for Kavanaugh, Alito, and Thomas.
For the tariff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they took
Rebuff.
away his favorite toy.
Did you see? Hold on. Did you see that FedEx has sued the federal government asking for a refund on their tariffs?
No, I
Yes.
did not.
Yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. I'm gonna find the article. I was like, oh, we're in this timeline now. Okay.
That's amazing.
FedEx sues government. Yeah, here it is.
Well, and
right
I
here,
know
friends.
the governor of Illinois, he also sent Trump a bill, an invoice to cover the tariffs that they paid. That's
According
amazing.
to BBC, the global transportation and postal company FedEx has filed a lawsuit for, quote, a full refund of Donald Trump's emergency tariffs. Man, what a tax refund for FedEx.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
And then
we got something going on here.
Starting?
People are talking. I don't know. Let's find out. I'm going to tune in.
Mr. Hudson, the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Reshenthal.
Friends, let us know how the audio is.
The gentleman from Utah, Mr. Moore.
If it's good, if you need
the
it louder,
gentleman
softer.
from Indiana, Mrs. Houchin. The gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Hearn. The gentleman from New York, Mr. Jeffries. The gentleman from California, Mr. Aguilar. The gentleman
Can you guys hear this?
from California, Mr. Liu. The gentlewoman from Washington,
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to check audio for the audience because sometimes it's hard to know, how it sounds in our ears compared to them. Anyway, we don't need to hear them. I mean, look, in my opinion, April, the less we hear from these two men, these two protector of pedophiles, the better off we're going to be.
No kidding.
So, Mike Johnson in
They
particular.
make my skin crawl.
Mike Johnson really does it for me because he tries to come across so poised and so full of integrity and character. And he is one of the biggest sellouts in politics today. This is a man who's so defended the indefensible.
Yeah. He's so smug and self-righteous.
Yeah.
Like it's the super duper Christian ones that that they piss me off more than anything because
100%.
according to their own teachings of Jesus that they supposedly follow, they should know better than to support everything that Donald Trump is doing.
You would think. I mean, you would think that if you're a Christ follower reading the teachings of Jesus, you would vote and force the House to extend affordable care subsidies, not take them away. I mean, I'm no Bible scholar, but when Jesus commands us to take care of the sick and Mike Johnson's in a position of power to do just that, why vote against it? Drives me nuts. Oh my gosh. I don't know who these people are. Maybe a distinguished guest or I just don't know. But they're being applauded. Let me tune in a little bit here.
I read ahead of this that Erica Kirk, I think, is going to be Trump's special guest.
Right. So,
Wait, April, did you see what Candace Owen dropped today?
No.
Candace Owens is out for blood with this Turning Point USA drama. Let me just show you guys the thumbnail. Oh. Okay? This is the thumbnail. I'm going to do it live on the air with everyone. She is out. She's on one. Candace Owens.
Oh, hey, look, it's us.
It's us. Look at this. Bride of Charlie Kirk, an investigative series. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
What is her point? Like, what is she saying?
I mean, I can play the trailer if you guys want to see it. I don't know if
There's a trailer?
Yeah, it's a trailer. It's 1 minute and 41 seconds. It's pretty much the conspiracies that she's been pushing now in an investigative series form. And I gotta say, it is I don't know. I mean, they're all fighting each other. It's crazy. I mean, Candace has really been on one lately. So, but yeah, that is dropping. So Erica Kirk, whoo, that'll be interesting if she's there. I guess she would because this is his first time talking like this since that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then a few Democrats, I believe, have Epstein survivors as their guests tonight.
I love that. I would love to see a full-on protest. Just a full-on, we're going for it. Okay, 5 minutes up here. Let me just get the audio going a little bit.
Pricing Trump RX, but it will be very important as he lays out the path for the year ahead.
And as he lays out that path, Heidi, what does
I'm
the
gonna
president
look up,
need to say to
called?
unite this
USA
country,
Facts?
to get both Democrats and
.org.
Republicans
They have a
believing
whole-
in the next 3 years and that they will be solid
Chuck Schumer.
for every American?
Well, I think one thing he could do is actually lay out a legislative agenda, which he never has. And so when we go forward, I think that if this is about what a great job I'm doing, and that's all he talks about, this is dangerous territory for Republicans. What he needs to do is outline a legislative agenda, challenge Democrats to come along and to actually deal with affordability.
All right, I'm going to bring our Devin Dwyer back in because now we are starting to see the Supreme Court justices. Devin, I'm going to let you take it from here. Let's name them, starting with John Roberts.
All right, we already know the names.
Like, last year, he kind of snubbed Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, yes, I think he did. Also, really quick super chat from A.G. Jones. Thank you for all you do. Wasn't going to watch, but saw your live feed. April, from one DBU grad to another. Keep going.
Hey, DBU.
I also have USA Facts pulled up so I can fact check hopefully some of this.
Nice. I also have a little bit of a fact sheet ready to go.
I thought about having a little like ding button every time he lies, but I figured we'd just be hitting it the whole time. So what's the point?
Someone was like, you could do a drinking game every time he lies, but you would probably end up in a hospital.
Fact check true. Friends, while Trump is speaking, at least in the beginning, we're going to do our best not to talk over him. We want to hear what he has to say, I guess, to a degree. But we might pipe in here and there when it really needs to be talked about. So we'll do our best to balance that. Just let us know. From Spartan 101, Erica Kirk is not Trump's special guest. She was invited by her boyfriend, J.D. Vance. Oh my gosh. Since his sofa doesn't count, love your content, April. Maybe we're not going to be reading all super chats today.
I do think one of my favorite things that has come out in the last 2 years is the J.D. Vance couch thing.
Yeah.
That really, I mean, it was totally made up.
Yeah.
But what a joy of a lie that was.
With this Supreme Court. In fact,
I don't know. I mean, what can this guy? I think we're going to just hear a lot. I think we're going to hear a lot of nonsense. We're going to hear about a strong economy that doesn't exist. We're going to hear about how the tariffs are actually good. We're probably going to hear some really weird riffing on really weird things. Like, what was that? And then, I'm calling it now, we're going to see a right-wing media world say that this is the strongest Trump's ever been. This is the best State of the Union address the world's ever seen. He's so on brand. He's so perfect. He's saving America. That's the spin tomorrow, folks. You heard it here first on the Tim and April Show. Benny Johnson, Ali Stuckey. I'm going to try and follow some of their Twitters just to prove my point that they're going to be all over this dude.
Oh, they're going to, yeah.
I'll pull up my Twitter on my phone, actually.
Brett Kavanaugh. If he has no haters, I'm dead.
Because we're reaching the top of the hour and we are minutes away from the President of the United States.
Oh, great. 3 minutes. Can't wait. All right, I'm pull up Ali Stuckey's Twitter.
I wonder if he's going to bring up aliens. Like, not the ones he likes to talk about all the time, the illegal ones, but like the actual like extraterrestrial aliens. Because he had mentioned releasing alien files, and I think kind of as a distraction from the Epstein files. Also, did you see NPR discovered that the DOJ removed, I think it was 43 pages of Epstein files that were specifically accusing Trump of assaulting a minor.
No.
That just dropped today.
No. Oh my gosh. I'm going to start ranting. It's going to be real ugly.
I know.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's been decades of smoke around Trump. Like decades. Why would we be surprised at all? Remember, friends, really quick, this is the bingo card. Take a picture, snapshot it, screenshot it, do it now.
Also download it from our Instagram or my Facebook too, if that's easier. I have it on my phone and I'm going to use the markup function.
Nice. Love it.
Bingo.
And now it'll be, of course, the President of the United States will be coming in just moments away now. And as they
Let's see what Benny Johnson's saying here.
We know that guest of the president will be Erica Kirk, the widow.
There it is.
See, I told you.
Also,
I wonder if there'll be
Gary
fireworks.
Beckstrom, the parents of Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom, the West Virginia National Guard member who was killed in that D.C. ambush just a day before Thanksgiving. The First Lady.
So Benny Johnson's already all over this.
A 10-year-old Alpha School
This guy tweets
student,
every like 2
an
minutes.
AI advocate, and
A lot of
TEDx
MAGA people are like
speaker,
chronically
that will
online.
be,
Chronically.
Well, I guess,
and then we see
you know, there's a lot of people on the left too that are chronically online.
Secretary
But
Bessent there
Oh,
that just
there's
walked in.
RFK.
We're seeing our Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You see
got a
It's the
bottle
boys
of
club.
milk
It's
with
just
that.
the
Pete
boys club,
Hegseth,
man.
And now, moments away, we will see the President of the United States.
It always is funny hearing people be like, women are ruining the country. This is who runs the country. All of these men. Like, these are the people ruining the country.
The president will make his way through the halls there.
Oh, Marco. And I used to like him.
Spaces in the U.S. Capitol.
Yes, there will be. We will be live on Thursday.
We will take that speech live. Our special coverage continues right now.
All right, let's see.
Tonight, President Trump's State of the Union address, his high-stakes message, a critical moment for this president in this midterm election year.
Epstein
ABC
files
News
are out.
Live coverage starts
Honestly,
right
how
now.
many normal
Tonight,
people
from the
actually
nation's
watch State
capital,
of the Union?
President Donald J. Trump, with so much at stake.
Not that all of
and the
us
first
here are not
votes in the
normal.
crucial
Like,
midterm
no
elections
offense to
are
us.
about to be
You and I are
cast.
not.
You know what I
We
mean?
have a very
President
unique job.
Addressing the American
Like,
people.
how many-
This is an ABC
how many
News
average
special,
people,
the
like
State of the
Americans,
Union
actually
and
watch
the
this?
Democratic response. Now reporting
For it to
from
be like
Washington,
this critical
David Muir.
moment. I don't know.
And good evening, everyone, from the nation's capital. It is great to have you with us tonight. We are just moments away from President Donald Trump's State of the Union address to Congress and, of course, to the American people. I'm joined by the ABC News Powerhouse political team, both right here in the studio with me and right there in the chamber tonight. President Trump knows millions will be watching tonight amid tough new polls for him. And in this critical moment, in this midterm election year, the president's arrival in the chamber will be announced any minute here. He's expected to declare tonight that the State of the Union is strong, prosperous, and respected.
I can't tell.
We, of course, have been
Strong,
watching the
prosperous,
arrival
and
of
respected.
the
LOL.
cabinet arriving in that chamber.
What'd you say? What'd he say?
One of the noticeable
That we're
differences
strong
about the chamber
and
tonight,
respected.
the absence of many of the Democrats who had decided
By
to
who?
boycott the State of the Union.
Oh, a lot of
the
Democrats
minority
have
leader
boycotted.
Hakeem Jeffries had said, if you can't behave,
Oh,
we would rather
Christian
you
Nationalism.
not be in the chamber. But that's not the sole strategy here, Lindsay Davis. You talked with Democratic leaders tonight.
Wait, who is
said
that?
This is the dude who was like, I forgot his name, but he was like, I visited Epstein's house because he's my neighbor one time. I thought he was disgusting. And then it turns out he took his family, including kids, to Epstein's island for like lunch 5 years later. That dude. What's his name?
Today I had the chance
Someone
to
in the
talk
chat will
with
probably put it in there.
Democratic Clark,
There it is.
Who said
Howard
that she
Lutnick.
feels that the focus of the State of the Union should be the American people. And so she described not wanting to listen to misinformation from President Trump and instead speak to her own constituents about the State of the Union.
We'll watch that strategy as it plays out tonight. Many wondering if whether or not just showing up and being part of what the American people expect every year from a president, either the joint address or the State of the Union, as it's called.
Right, can we
Once you're
get
in your
this going?
second year as
Yeah,
president,
I'm
there
already
you see the
tired.
Health Secretary, Robert
I know,
F. Kennedy Jr.,
same.
Kristi Noem, Homeland Security Secretary.
Hey
of course,
friends, quick
front and
question.
center,
Are we okay talking
with
over the stream?
immigration
Like, is it
policy
too
in this country?
chaotic
Susie
for you? Let us
Wiles,
know,
the
audio
Chief of
wise.
Staff, of course.
Just trying to figure out
the
levels
trusted
here. So.
advisor to the president, one of his favorite people inside the White House. The Trump family
Understandable.
up there in the chamber. You can see
That's
Ivanka,
fine.
Barron.
We will not
and
hold
the
it
rest of the
against you
children,
if you
and
have
Susie
to
Wiles
bail
looking up to
when-
that chamber just moments ago. We saw the First Lady
What is it?
Melania Trump
Andrew
arrive as
Palpatine
well.
comes onto the
the rest
stage.
of the cabinet there
That's my
behind
favorite.
Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
Her policies, the ones
All right, good
that
mix
she
right
has
now.
to
Perfect.
front in this
Thank you,
country,
Joshua.
the president's policies on immigration, the ICE policy playing out in Minneapolis for several weeks.
I hate that media is like too calm about this. Like, guys, this is not common. Please have some emotion.
Mary Bruce.
We're
the
killing
American
citizens,
people are aware
unarmed
of
citizens in
success at the
streets. We're
border,
kidnapping immigrants.
but
Come on, this is
deeply
not
uncomfortable with the images out of Minneapolis when it comes to Renee Good and Alex Pretty.
Yeah, the president knows that he is battling against those poll numbers. We know that our poll shows that Americans disapprove of his handling on immigration. Of course, one of the key issues that propelled him back to the White House. And he is going to try tonight, or have to do tonight, to straddle that balance.
April, hang in there. You can't abandon me. I'll be all alone.
Concerns with the way that his
Hey, we got another
operations
super chat.
have been enforced across this country. And of course, David, it comes as we are in the middle of this partial government shutdown. Democrats refusing to fund the Department of Homeland Security until the president
Chat,
makes
Christian
reforms.
Soy, J. Epstein Hall of Fame in attendance, I see.
Demanding that ICE agents remove their
basically.
masks,
Like
that
the
they
Epstein
have warrants
class.
for these arrests that they carry out around the country. And among the other demands, of course, and as you mentioned, Mary, the partial government shutdown, the backdrop to this State of the Union address. You can see some of the empty seats here.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you what New
I wanna show you
Jersey
a key
lawmakers are trying to pass? They're calling it. Get ready. You ready? They're calling it the Fight Unlawful Conduct and Keep Individuals and Communities Empowered Act, or FICE Act.
I love that.
That's my state. I love New Jersey, man. I love New Jersey. Love.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, our new governor is like doing everything she can to keep ICE out of our state. I love that kind of legislation. It makes me very happy.
It was just a year ago. We
That's
remember
right.
seeing that image of John Roberts, the Chief Justice.
I'm probably going to have to take a
President Trump
bathroom break
shaking
at
his
some
hand,
point.
And
I get
actually
it.
mouthing the
I'm
words,
already
"Thank
half
you"
my
to
cup
the
of
Chief
coffee's
Justice.
gone.
That went viral, if you will, throughout the political world. But tonight, if we can show the pictures of the justices
We're already
standing in the
late. I
front,
hate this. Can
when
we
they
just get
arrived
going?
a short time ago, the Chief Justice, you can see in the corner of your frame, but four of them standing there
He's
together.
a diva. He's got to
And
come
John Carl will be
fashionably late.
fascinating to watch tonight. The president, his interaction, if there's any interaction at all, after being rebuked by the Supreme Court just days ago.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
After that decision were blistering towards the Supreme Court. He called
I
the
love
justices
Unfiltered
to
April
rule
at night.
against his
It's one of my
tariffs.
favorite versions.
Very unpatriotic.
I'm just annoyed.
He said that they
When
were
I'm
the
awake.
dogs
Johnson's
of
saying
the
here.
radical left. He spoke about them as if they were beholden to foreign interests.
Nothing yet.
Really quite a display, something we've really never seen an American president talk about the Supreme Court that way.
Okay, do we think? Have you seen that video?
Tonight, the message will
claim
be
that-
somewhat different.
that
David,
Trump, like,
you and I had a chance to,
sharded
have
in
lunch
his
with the
pants
president,
while he was in the
today as a
Oval
preview to
Office?
this speech. My
No, I'm
sense
serious.
coming
Have you
out of
seen the
that
video?
is that he
No,
wants
there's a
this to be
video?
celebration of
There is
America's
video, and
250th
people claim,
anniversary,
like, you
to
can
talk
kind of
about
hear
what he
it, and then
sees as
they
the
immediately, like,
accomplishments of his
rush all the
administration.
reporters out.
And I think
Okay,
we'll
let's
pull some of
let's
those
tease that for Thursday's live stream. I gotta find that video. We will find the context to that. That's hilarious.
I don't. That's just what
Oh.
the.
Here we go. Hi, Melinda. That's our TNE executive director in the chat.
Oh, you came just when we were being real professional, Melinda.
This is coffee. Oh boy, no. I mean, imagine clapping for a man who's all over the Epstein files, who was BFF with the pedophile. I mean, we have to think about that. A man who is an adjudicated person who sexually assaults women applauds.
And even outside of that, he's just an idiot.
This moment is a pivotal moment for him.
I know.
I mean, and I don't mean that like not in an insulting way. Like, you just listen to him talk. Half the time he doesn't even make it. Did you see his speech he gave after the Supreme Court ruled against his tariffs? He was all over the place.
No,
He
but
had,
I'm not
like-
surprised.
I'm
Was he all over the place? Probably just a maniac.
Yeah, he was like, he was super mad at first. And then he was like, well, actually, I can't believe the Supreme Court would do this. But actually, they actually said I can do as many tariffs as I want. Like, he just contradicted himself.
You know, friends, as Trump is doing this, let me say something a lot more positive. The new Evangelicals, the organization that produces this show, exists for people to find a better path forward in faith. So make sure you check them out at the new Evangelicals on Instagram. We have a free community space, tons of scholarship, all things that will help you deconstruct the theology that leads to this and find a better path forward. So there's some positive filler instead of watching this man get applauded and clapped for absolutely no freaking reason. I mean, just, my gosh. Oh my goodness, just so annoying. That's right, Sentient Soy. I'm plugging TNE all freaking night. Anyway, I'm amped. I have like 6 cups of coffee in my stomach right now. Because what else could I do?
That clearly a sign of protest there. Also notable as the president's making his way down toward the Supreme Court justices, David, is some Democrats didn't even bother to turn around.
Good.
As the president entered the House chamber tonight.
Good.
And Democratic leadership, notably Hakeem Jeffries,
Black people aren't
was
wow, you see that sign? Did you see that sign? Right there on the left. Right there on the left.
We just saw the
I
president.
can't see it.
Shake
I mean,
Chief
I saw it real
Justice
quick.
It's
I
from
can't read it.
what's his name?
Brett Kavanaugh.
He's
Amy Coney Barrett.
Anyway,
of course, he chose Amy Coney Barrett for the bench. She was one of the justices who did not vote in his favor and did not shake her hand there.
He's so
did interact
petty.
with the Chief Justice, but then
So petty.
with none of the other justices. And John Carl,
He
this
shook
was a
none of the
question for
justices'
president
hands
today.
that
Obviously didn't
ruled
want to go on
against
the
him.
record, didn't offer any answer to us, but it was clear to
All right,
us
we
at the
got a
White
couple more
House that
super
he didn't
chats.
quite
Wanna
know
go
how he
through
was
these
going to
real
handle
quick
the
before he gets
justices
up
when he
there?
got there tonight.
Fine. Wrong button.
That shake, very quick
Sorry.
shake with John Roberts, and then going.
Very quick. Let's see the super chats instead of hearing this man get applauded. Nate Larson, shout out to my wife Beans for introducing me to your work and helping me find hope after years of working in mega church. Thank you, Nate. I have questions. And we'll do this one real quick from Tandy77. If Trump goes 2 hours and both of you are still covering it, I will do a $50 super chat. Done.
Oh,
Absolutely
wow.
done.
The
Melinda's
pressure's
going to
on
text
now.
me, do not get off the air under any circumstance.
State of the Union, the same four who were here
Now
a year
I'm
ago for the
chained
joint address
to
to
the
Congress.
If you cost the org $50,
This
April.
president knows this is a critical midterm election year and that the Republicans hold very slim majorities in both the House and the Senate.
David, tonight is the president's best chance to defend his first year back and try to sway skeptical voters to back Republicans in the upcoming midterms. He needs to convince Americans that he is laser focused on that issue that is top of mind for them, the cost of living. He's going to argue his policies are working, but as we know, the polls show so many Americans simply aren't feeling that in their wallets. 57% disapprove of his handling of the economy. And
They're
of course,
still clapping
as we've been
for him, and he
discussing,
loves
this comes
it.
just 4 days now after the court
Why
delivered
is he
that
just standing
devastating
off to
blow
the
right to
side?
the
He's
heart
supposed to
He's a
get like his
megalomaniac.
economic
economic
agenda by
intro.
invalidating most
Just
of his
a
sweeping
megalomaniac.
Go
This
Term
dude.
start
affordability
talking.
really gets under his skin. He has said on the one hand, I've won
They are
on
still
affordability.
clapping. I
And
can't
on
do
the
it.
other,
I
he
just,
says this affordability
I can't.
crisis was created by my predecessor.
Dude, just go to
So I'm
therapy.
curious to
Like,
see
you
You know,
should be in
that's like his
therapy.
favorite
affordability and
thing.
what the American
Oh my
Having
gosh, I know.
people applaud
at the
him.
grocery store and costs of utilities and housing and what have you. I just want to point your attention at home.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Are you
try and
the
keep
Speaker
it
of the House with
in my
George
head.
Washington's gavel
Yep.
tonight, introducing
All right.
President Trump. Let's listen.
Watch my bingo card.
Shameful.
A USA chant already.
Shameful. Is that on the bingo card?
No.
Well,
I
thank you
should've
very
put it
much,
on there.
everybody. It's
Here we
really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Who
I
just
forgot
released a
the Catholic
documentary
service.
where she
They
got
sit up
paid
and down.
tens of millions of dollars for a trash documentary.
Second Lady of the United States. Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Oh my. Ding! Lie number one. Are you joking? Oh my God.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Yeah, with our federal masked ICE agents in the streets hunting down brown-skinned people and killing unarmed civilians. We're so back. Jesus.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
I mean, I agree, just in the wrong direction in every single way.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. You have changed things, Trump. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. It's more chaotic than ever. Yes, walk out. Yes. What's his name?
Oh, isn't that?
Is it Al Green?
Green? Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
He did
And we
a
will
thing
never
last
go
time
back to
too.
where we were
Good for
just
him.
a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today our border is secure.
Yeah, Al Green. That's Al Green. He's great. A man of principle and character.
Thank you. Today our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Oh, my God. We're going to be here all night, April. If this is how it's going to go every 25 seconds, a standing ovation for sewage, we're going to be here all night.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Ridiculous. Propaganda.
Does that count as insulting immigrants?
I mean, it's only going to get worse, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Look at Pam Bondi smiling. Wouldn't even look at the survivors
In the past
from Epstein.
9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Well, that statement makes no sense. If they're illegal or undocumented, they wouldn't be admitted to the United States. Jeez.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
Also false. ICE agents just got the authority to go after legal refugees. Am I talking too much? I'll just shut up. Just crazy.
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
It's just lie after lie.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country.
There it is.
There's
But
Biden.
in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
The lowest crime statistic is really flubbed and does not include violent crime. So, although crime has been low, but it's been dropping since after the pandemic.
Yeah, it was already on trend.
It was already on record lows under Biden.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Yay. Because the immigrants were causing our gas prices to skyrocket in April.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
$5,000 on a mortgage? That's like a $5 a month
low
difference.
Interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well.
Biden
at the
again,
same time,
gosh.
protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
Who out here is feeling rich for the first time in their life?
And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Did you know, April, that the top 10% of the richest Americans own 87% of all stocks? Like, the stock market is not a middle-class thing.
Think of it. Much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
You're telling me, Trump, for all the wrong reasons.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
Oh, I almost put that on the bingo card.
The hottest. What is this man? Oh, my God. The hottest. We are so chaotic.
It might be hottest
As
in the world
thousands of
because
new businesses are
climate
forming in
change.
factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
That we just kind of took.
By the way, the
American
GDP grew
natural
under
gas
Biden much more
production
than
is
Trump.
at an all-time high
according to
because I
USA
kept
Facts.
my promise to drill, baby, drill.
GDP only increased 2.2% year over year under Trump. Under Biden, it hit a record high of 6.2%.
More Americans are working today
Such
than at
jokers.
any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Their legs got to get tired.
Just going to point out that unemployment's at 4.3%, and under Biden, it was
We
at
ended
3.7%.
DEI in America.
Oh my, there it is. Is that on the bingo card?
Oh, DEI.
It's got to be somewhere.
I didn't put that on here.
It's all right.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Yeah, because you kicked them off. Imagine bragging about kicking hungry people off of food stamps. Imagine that.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Mike Johnson. Dude.
According to who? Not facts.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. until you came along. We're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight.
USA men's hockey team.
What happened here?
It is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud.
Ugh.
The men's gold medal.
It's distorting on my end.
Hockey team, come on.
Yeah.
I think that's like his microphone. Oh, I would be mortified.
Oh my gosh.
Mortified.
Boo.
Boo.
You know, I was a hockey fan for a whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
Until Cash Patel was back there with Trump. I'm like,
same.
ew.
I watched the game. I was like, this is a great game. America. Yeah. And then
immediately no.
Hi,
Team
low,
Canada.
And Team U.S. Women's Hockey.
Yes.
Oh, I'd be mortified. Oh, that's another bingo, according to someone. This is so dumb. I hate this. I gotta lower the volume a little bit. Go live here. Oh, my ears hurt. Jeez.
Go ahead. They do.
It's just embarrassing, man. Especially because Trump denigrated the women's team on the call with them, and they cheered it on. Why, guys? You're. By the way, women, U.S. women have 64% of all the medals won in the Olympics.
That's
FYI.
the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Are they?
Declined.
Are they?
I thought they declined.
Last time I checked, they did. Last 12 hours ago, they declined, so we'll see. Let's see how Twitter's doing. Where's Ali Stuckey?
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
That's about the only true thing that Trump has said during this address.
Yeah.
Because it's true. He saved that team.
Did they just come in here to, are they just standing and they're going to walk back out? They don't have a seat.
Ali Stuckey's tweeting, love Trump's enthusiasm right now. USA, USA. Get out of here, Ali.
Yeah, I was just thinking, he's going to expect one of them to give him their gold medals.
Then he can say he's a gold medal Olympian.
Shots on gold, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off.
Was amazing.
Did you practice that, or was that a little lucky?
That was amazing.
He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12. It's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
I mean, that part is true. They played a great game. It was an amazing game for what it was. Their goalie was fantastic. So I guess we can say fact check true on that.
They did, in fact, win the gold.
Yeah, they did, in fact, win the gold medal.
They are actual winners. You can't really say the same for our
That
country.
the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Oh, why are we applauding every 30 seconds? Jeez. It's 9:30. We're going to be here all night.
No.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place, and now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news.
We've arrived in hell.
So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
That's, oh yeah, I thought it was the other guy.
I thought it was too.
Whoops, sorry.
That was not the right camera move.
I mean, the camera guy wasn't wrong for guessing.
So, buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class, and he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety. People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Are they sitting on the stairs, though? Those are not seats. They're on the stairs.
Interesting.
Wow. Can't even give the guy a seat?
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Yeah, that benefited the ultra-wealthy.
Delivered.
And it's not all children, obviously. It's not little Liam. It's not Juan, the 6-month-old who was deported for no reason. It's not the kids that are affected by the Affordable Care Act.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary, massive tax cuts.
Yeah, you liar. Yeah, you should. Good. Yeah, you should applaud that. Worst bill in history.
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead.
No, the billionaires.
But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
Temporary.
No
it's all temporary.
Yeah, but all your health insurance premiums are about to skyrocket.
Yeah, and those tax cuts are not permanent. And the studies done on that bill show the wealth transfer over time that will happen from the middle and lower class to the ultra rich. Like, he's just lying because he's a billionaire, or he claims to be.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Just pure propaganda. Pure. He has the most billionaires in his cabinet in history.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night, as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
Or we could have a society where he's not forced to work overtime and she doesn't have to wait tables at night away from her children. There's that option.
For you, Megan.
Like you gotta be kidding me.
Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it.
Okay.
I did not name that.
We're going to need to get through some of these super chats at some point.
The child
Maybe.
accounts only exist for kids born this year or next
By a
year.
very tall man,
So my kids aren't
right there
eligible.
in the third row.
Yeah, it's not for all
Nice
kids.
man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
Just feed them. Give them affordable health care. Give them low-cost tuition to higher ed. We don't need $1,000. Like, these are crumbs. They're crumbs.
When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
I just want everyone to know that I'm not cursing on the air because Melinda Hale, our ED, executive director, has forbidden me. But in my head, I am yelling curse words. This is so frustrating.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't.
Why?
They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them.
Where's the full
No,
court?
it's
And
not.
therefore, they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement.
Do I just not know this?
So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Yeah, the billionaires, the millionaire class.
Does that count as insulting Supreme Court?
I think so. Also, where's the full court? Does anyone know why the full Supreme Court is not there? Is that normal? I don't know.
Moving forward,
put it in the chat.
factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Mike Johnson's case.
Mike Johnson drives me. Yeah. If you want to know what it looks like to sell your soul for worldly power, like what Jesus warns about, it's those two men.
For decades before I came along,
that's the face.
We had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone.
Oh my gosh.
They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions.
What a liar.
They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them.
Suddenly use that word like it's a new word.
They caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
I got to point something out briefly. Trump made the comment of 11,000 murders by undocumented immigrants. In 2024, there are about 3 million undocumented immigrants in the country. So that out of 11,000 is a 0.0036 percentage points. That's how rare it was.
This were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
A lot of costs in the country right now are actually way up.
Way up.
The price of eggs is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank
Great.
you.
It'll save you $3.
The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down.
My grocery bill's
and
only gone
soon
up.
you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago.
By the way, beef is
Nobody
actually
can
up
believe when they see the kind of
16%.
numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year, as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people.
Oh, he's such a liar. He's right, but he's responsible for it. Like, he's right that the problem with the privatized healthcare system is our government gives healthcare companies infinite amounts of money. So the solution is to cut the subsidies that we benefit from and give us what, like $1,000?
In
That doesn't
addition,
fix
my
the
plan
problem.
requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal.
Healthcare premiums,
Sounds
because
so
of the big
simple,
beautiful
so
bill and
good.
rolling back ACA tax credit,
Yeah,
are expected to rise 26%.
Yeah, how is that helping anyone? The healthcare companies are still getting their money.
We're doing a very bad thing for the people. Of course, we're going to go way up,
moved
and that's
the
what
burden.
happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else.
The healthcare part gets me
I'm
so much.
also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Just such a freak. RFK, just sit the heck down. Gosh, these grifters.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
Just such a, the lies are just unreal. Our healthcare system sucks, and he only made it worse for people, for the middle class.
First year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
That math doesn't even make sense.
And here
Can we
tonight
say
is
you
the very
didn't
first
name them
customer
wrong?
ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF.
Oh,
One
Ali's
drug
Stuckey
has
won't
been
like this
costing
part.
Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the TrumpRx website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500.
Ali's going to hate this part.
Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
Just context for people, there's a movement in the pro-life space that thinks IVF is killing children. They think that IVF kills tens of thousands of children, and therefore it should be banned. That's what Ali Stuckey believes. Lila Rose. Yep, and Seth Gruber.
She says that IVF murders more babies than abortion.
Yep.
So now I'm calling on Congress
some context
to
there.
codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills.
Yes.
Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory, so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is homeownership.
My man!
With us tonight is Grace O'Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed an executive order to ban large Wall Street investment
like
firms from
BlackRock
buying
and
up
stuff.
into
Oh,
thousands
she.
single-family homes.
Which is good. This part I agree with. I mean, big corporations buying up houses is a major problem. I don't think he really believes it. I think nothing's going to be done about it, but I agree with him on that premise.
FYI, in 2025, electricity prices rose 2.5 times faster than the annual inflation rate, and it was the largest annual increase since 2014.
Wow. Doing just
Thanks,
fine.
Trump.
Racel,
We're
thank
so
you very
great.
much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Okay, the government shutdown was because Democrats
Since I took
didn't
office,
want a
the
lot of
typical
elderly people to
401k
lose
balance is
Medicaid.
up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year.
Sounds like big government.
That all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
If this was a Democrat saying this, if this was President Harris, right-wing media would say this is big government. They're expanding big government. That's your tax dollars matching contributions. These are actually very much like Democratic policies that he's talking about. Although I doubt they're going to actually get implemented.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
See, he's just such a. Anyway, I can't say that on the air.
I can't believe
So
it.
petty.
Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it.
He is just.
Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Remember, Nancy Pelosi was who the violent mob that he incited was hunting at the Capitol building on January 6th. That's the level of depravity this man has. His supporters tried to hunt her down.
Anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer.
So
we have all the information.
Wrong and racist.
And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption
he cites
that
Nick Shirley, I'm
shreds
gonna
the
lose it.
fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
This is atrocious. That's code. They're going to target brown-skinned people and make up lies about them. The architect of the Minnesota fraud scheme was a white woman, by the way, and it was over COVID relief funds that were for free lunch programs.
We'll get it done.
I'll explain in a minute.
And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps
okay, I'm going to stop him for a second here. Trump fed $10 billion of our taxpayer money to one of his own organizations that he's the chair of. This is the epitome of bribery. He's the epitome of corruption. Oh my, it's just pure racism. Like, that accusation was a confession of who this man and his administration is.
Delilah Colvin was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien.
This is how they do it.
By Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
I'm glad that this girl's okay, but to scapegoat all immigrants because of what one person did is ridiculous, and it's never on the opposite end, right? They're not saying that we have a white man problem because white men are the culprits of most mass shootings in the U.S., right? That's the difference. That's the difference. It's just this is an anecdotal story to then scapegoat an entire people. When data shows that undocumented immigrants are half as likely to commit crimes as their native-born counterparts.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Joseph Compton's right. We have history. We know how this works. The scapegoating of marginalized groups is how it works. Don't blame the billionaire class. Don't blame the health insurance companies, right? Blame the undocumented immigrant.
At the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want
It is not about crime. This is the same man who pardoned all the January 6th insurrectionists, one of which reoffended by sexually abusing a child. No mention of that. Or the Christian nationalists that killed Melissa Hortman. No talk about Christian nationalism. It's not about saving lives here, friends. It's about scapegoating by using tragic stories like this. Of course, we feel for this person. What happened is terrible, obviously.
Jacqueline.
But man, it's...
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world.
Crazy, man.
The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
It's a distraction, friends. The immigrant isn't the one responsible for you not getting affordable health care or wages or access to affordable education or lower gas prices. They're not responsible for that.
Democrats
Trump
in
and
this
these people
chamber
are.
have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
Good.
It's all cut off.
Good.
It's all cut off.
Look at Mike Johnson. Oh,
they have instituted another Democrat shutdown. The first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice.
It's just crazy.
We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money.
What is he
Nobody's
talking
getting
about?
paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it.
What?
We have, in case you didn't know, pretty large snowstorm.
Honestly,
out
I
there.
wasn't expecting him to
One
say
of the great
snow
things
cleanup
about
there.
the State of the Union
Yeah.
is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Then stop targeting legal citizens. Your agents are targeting citizens in Target and rushing them out the door with no due process. He's just lying. Liar,
I think that
liar.
counts as praise as ICE agents.
100%.
DHS and
What's Ali
Border
Stuckey saying?
Security.
See, funding IVF is going in the wrong direction. I called it. She just tweeted that out.
We should have just set a bingo card for what MAGA Christians say on Twitter.
Trump is he's just a, man. 80% of white evangelicals voted for this man in 2016 and 2020 and 2024. This is why he's here, because of our former faith tradition. In the name of family values.
Epstein files.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to forget that.
In the name of biblical values, the same Bible that commands us to welcome the immigrant, they voted for this clown. This clown. They all know that's not what Trump means, obviously.
Next time there's a long applause, let's read some super chats.
Okay, sorry. I know there's a lot.
I know.
I took off the sign.
I
know. You're right. You are the integrity of the show when it comes to super chats, and I appreciate you for that. Let me read one now. Oh, sorry. My bad. Wrong button. Let's read one or two now while we give ourselves a break from this man.
This is a long applause.
Yeah. Joseph Compton, here we go. He's talking about a third term. Yes, he did. Cullen Dunham, Hakeem and Chuckles just smiling and getting bullied like weak little worms. Absolutely. Okay, let's get back to this. Oops. Oh, wrong button. What happened? No. I'm sorry.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these
Speak back, I love it.
out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right. Omar's totally right.
What was she saying?
You should be ashamed. Just clapping back.
Yeah. Good for her.
More spine than most Democratic lawmakers. Super chat from Colin. The only good things about the accounts is that you can take the free money and transfer it to your own IRA or 529.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
The fox is in the henhouse.
Yeah.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American
The Save Act is a
elections. The cheating
disaster.
is rampant
Yeah.
in our
It's going to make it very
elections. It's
complicated
rampant.
for married women who have changed
Yes.
their
It's
name
very
to
simple.
vote.
Yes. Make no mistakes, friends. This is about elections. This is what this is all about. They want ICE policing polls. Trump wants to federalize elections. They want to rig elections. This is the next step in the playbook of fascism, is you try and talk about election security by taking over elections and barring people from voting. And the SAVE Act will do that. Undocumented immigrants cannot vote. It's impossible.
Citizenship in order to vote.
You have to, in order to be registered to vote, you have to prove citizenship originally. Like you have to have a home address. There's always steps.
Mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
This is all just ways to disenfranchise voters. That's all this is.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Disaster.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card.
Right, because a job is not a constitutional right.
Identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
It's not a privilege, it's a right. It's not a privilege, it's a
Both
right.
Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Yeah, it would be a disaster.
I don't think they have the votes
You
to pass.
can't use your driver's license. You have to use what's called a real ID or a birth certificate. You're right. And if your IDs don't match because your name changed, you're in a world of pain. Most people do
You
not
have to
have
remember,
access.
there are a lot of Republicans right now that are upset with Trump, that are actually going against Trump in a lot of these votes.
Why would
Yeah, that's good,
anybody
April.
not
Good
want
point.
voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason.
Complete confession.
They make
He's
up
actually
all
losing a lot of
excuses.
ground
They
right now
say
over
it's
that
racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated, and their policy is so bad
Another
that the
huge
only
lie.
way they can get elected is to cheat, and we're going to stop it.
He
We
is
have to
such a
stop it, John.
freaking liar. He's still peddling the stolen election nonsense that has been disproven by his own legal team in a court of law. Just a direct liar. Mike Johnson, J.D. Vance.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in
Here we
Virginia
go.
sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University.
Liberty
Sage,
University. Run!
Michelle, please stand up.
Run! Again, scapegoat trans people, right?
What does this mean?
Who knows?
I'm not up in on the
I know, I'm
times.
not Gen Z.
Love how he made it seem like the
Thank
teachers
you for your
decided
great
to
bravery.
just
And who can believe
transition
that
her.
we're even speaking about things like
That
this?
doesn't happen.
15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents.
This is ridiculous. Again,
But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe
but
that
they
we
can
were
rip them
talking
away
about
if they think that they're an
We must
undocumented
ban
immigrant.
it, and we must ban it immediately.
Again, think about these actions, friends. Transgender people are 2 to 3% of the population. This is not happening. This is just culture war nonsense. He's scapegoating another marginalized
Nobody
group.
stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you.
Dude, oh, I want to curse so bad. Oh, the words I have. The words I have. It's It's just insane.
Amazing. Governor. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Oh my God. How can people be so duped by this? It is crazy that we are here.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
We're an hour and a half into this live stream. You know, I want to keep it family friendly, so that's what I'm doing. It's just frustrating. Frustrating as heck.
Have they showed Erica Kirk yet?
Not yet. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. He will say nothing about Jesse Jackson passing away. Remember that. MLK and Jesse Jackson worked together hand in hand.
Or that is
say
Black
nothing.
History
During
Month.
my time in office,
Exactly.
both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
Oh, I missed that. They showed Erica. Oh. Thank you.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great
There
guy.
it is. There you go. Imagine being all over the Epstein files and saying that you're like, you know, proud of us bringing God back to the country. Give me a break.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred for his beliefs.
No.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Where are the fireworks?
The man who said that black women don't have the brain power and are taking jobs away from white people is being cheered on in the Oval or in this address, and Jesse Jackson
Thank you,
has nothing.
Been through a lot. In Charlie's
No
memory,
honor.
we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Oh, you pardoned the January 6th insurrectionists, you buffoon, you fool. Oh my God, he wouldn't even call Governor Walz when Melissa Hortman was assassinated.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought
just
possible.
insanity.
Really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again.
I'm ordering
We're
Taco Bell.
honored to be joined tonight
Oh, I'm
by
getting hungry. I need
a
to
woman who's been through
I
hell,
know, me
Anya Zaretsky. In
I'm
2022,
surprised you don't-
she
I don't
and her
have a
beautiful
bingo
daughter,
yet.
so beautiful. What
You
a
don't?
beautiful young woman. Irina
Shocking.
fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives
really want Taco
near
Bell delivered?
Charlotte, North
just check the app.
Carolina.
Maybe there's a
And
good
by the
deal.
way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Again, a horrific tragedy. Truly. It's selective, though. It's selective why he's talking about this. But I feel so much for this family. As a parent, I can't imagine. Yeah. So we can hold space for both. Absolutely. Unlike someone else we know, empathy for us is not toxic.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Unless you're a January 6th insurrectionist and you go on to assault a child, then no big deal.
I think he's going to have the Epstein survivors stand.
April, I'm ordering Taco Bell.
Okay.
I have to.
I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Can't stand this man.
Except in the White House.
Kate, I don't need an accountability partner.
Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
You asked for captions? Let me see. I'll turn them on.
They don't like to hear that. One of the brave service members
That's really delayed.
who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom.
So I'm tired.
After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like her.
Again, I feel for this family so much. I mean, it's just horrific. Horrific. Do you think he's going to have Alex Preddy's family here?
Of these people's pain.
Yeah, do you think Alex Preddy's family will be here? You know, the agents who shot him at point-blank range after disarming him?
Renee Good's wife.
Thank you, Brandon, for the $20 for Taco Bell.
So sorry.
Oh,
Thank you
we need to read more super chats. We got more.
A great young lady. I saw reports that were like perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
I'm glad that he made it, obviously. That's good.
So I haven't heard Trump make up a word yet, but he has mispronounced several words.
Sarah just texted me, is Taco Bell in the budget? Well,
we all are on the same wavelength.
She said it's cool. It is in the budget, and I ordered it.
All right, you want to read a few more super chats?
Yeah. Can you read some of these?
Yeah.
We'll take a minute here, friends. Thanks for hanging in, by the way. Appreciate it. If you're looking for a better path forward in your faith, check out the New Evangelicals at the New Evangelicals on Instagram. We have a free community, tons of free resources that will help you dismantle so much of this stuff. Let me take a 2-minute break from Trump. Let's read a few super chats. We got so many. All super chats go directly to supporting this work, so thank you so much. Here you go, April.
All right, from Archangel. Behold, the ugly underbelly of WS Christian Nationalism on its full display tonight. Tim, you're a tough man to stomach delicious tacos after this.
I need a pick-me-up.
Some
It's like just a bunch of words.
Korea Malcolm.
Just a bunch
Trump,
of...
pedo, Trump, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
yes,
get that. Okay, thank you for the super chat.
Blaze Sweeten. Why do MAGA diehards look like people of Walmart? No shade to Walmart.
No shade to Walmart.
Nate Larson. Me and Beans be watching all night. Thanks for watching and for the super chat. Tim, neither of you need to shut up. This is how we get through this embarrassment. From Just Yuka.
Okay, we'll do a couple more.
From Colin Dunham, just joined. Have we talked about how Peter Thiel is literally Sauron for Palantir?
We have not.
We haven't yet.
Let's see here. Just a couple more. We'll do 2 or 3 more here.
Joseph Compton's Captain Xenophobia. That's his new name. Yeah. Okay, it's time to go to bed, Papa. Someone get into bed already, please. Yes, from Laurel Pigman. Thank you for the super chats.
Thanks, everyone. Really means the world. All super chats go to helping the New Evangelicals that produces this show, which means it helps this show stay on the air. So thank you so much for your support. It means the world. Oh, also, please give this stream a like. There's 700 people watching, 140 likes. Let's get that bumped up. It helps get it out to the YouTube algorithm. So please hit that like button. It costs you nothing. It would mean the world to me if you hit that button.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there.
There's a genocide in Gaza. You're funding it.
And Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jay.
Hey, really quick, let's do this one. A huge, I think our biggest super chat ever came in on the show from Brandon. $199 super chat.
Wow,
oh my gosh. Thank
you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Tim and April, for suffering alongside us. We love you. Oh, that means the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It means a ton. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's our biggest one in show history.
Thank you.
Yeah. Marco always looks just like his soul is gone.
Yeah. Well, because he sold it. He sold it to this man.
Like, he looks very uncomfortable about what he's doing.
My Taco Bell order has been confirmed.
People don't like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%.
15, 20 minutes.
And some of the
We'll see if we're still
Democrats
here.
are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy.
I don't know if I'm going to make it much
And
longer.
he said it's an honor
April.
that they feel that
Fast.
way, right, Marco?
There's a $50
You've done a
super
great
chat
job,
waiting
great
for us.
We just
Secretary
got
of State. I think he'll
200
go down
though.
as the best ever. Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead, and those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. That was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back.
What's he
But
talking
we
about?
only got back 14 or 15 of the dead, of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they
Wait,
dug.
what?
It's a tough thing to do. Going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it.
Is he going to mention the
I
tens of
remember
thousands of
the
people dead in Gaza?
family of the 28th, they were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
Wow. Really quick, also want to mention another super chat came in, a big one. Wow, thanks guys. $50 super chat. Holy moly. I hope JD has the diapers ready for the big orange baby. That is funny. Oh my gosh, another one, $20. Thank you. I know this doesn't help with Taco Bell, but hopefully it helps with getting him to hush sooner so we can sleep. Amen to that. Thank you, Mike Kelly.
Yes.
Humphrey. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil.
Boo, Pete Hegseth. Boo. Gosh, Antichrist. This is the most just Antichrist. It's Antichrist all over the place.
But the Dow is over 50,000.
Oh my
For decades,
goodness.
It had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Guys, I'm just shook here. Another super chat for $50. Thank you so much. Here's the 50. You guys earned it. You are free to go, April. There you go. Tandy Man has released you. He's released you. Or they released you.
My chains are
They killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging
I'll try
a lot
to
of
hold
them
on for a
with
few
the
more
threat
minutes.
of
Until my Taco Bell comes in, so you can stall.
Okay.
Some terrible
Oh, we have
people.
another super chat that came in.
They've already developed missiles that can threaten
Another
Europe.
big one.
And
Okay,
our
guys,
bases
can we just lower him a little bit because he's yapping. Wow, thank you so much, guys.
Y'all
Another
are
super
amazing.
chat. I absolutely cannot watch this slop without April and Tim. Thank you, it means the world. Another one from Oh My Stars, $50. Guys, thank you so much. It really helps all the work that we're doing. From a fellow progressive Christian and unrepentant committer of sins of empathy. Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your great work and for making this cluster of a speech more bearable. Hopefully it's over soon. Thank you. Thank
Y'all
you
are
so
so
much.
sweet.
Seriously,
Fill
it means
the
the
love.
world. Thank you so
But
much.
we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Our driver's on the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm so
My
excited.
preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
This is the same tired trip they've been saying for decades around Iran. Oh my gosh.
Also, didn't he just brag about already obliterating their nuclear site?
Like not even a year ago.
So what is he
we
doing
obliterated
now?
their nuclear sites. Now it's
And
a
no
threat.
nation should ever doubt America's resolve.
This is empire, friends.
We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong.
Trump has
Because
raised the
hopefully we
deficit
will
by trillions
seldom have to use
in this term.
great power.
More
that
than
we
Biden.
built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The party of small government has expanded the federal government. More of a deficit than Biden gave us, and they cheer it
So
on.
thanks to Republican in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars.
Does anyone have a
no
bingo
choice
yet?
in the United States
I'm
Armed
very
Forces.
close on 2.
Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 3.
Crazy. This is just, 10:36 p.m. Eastern.
And getting
So
that
tired.
5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every
So
service
far,
member
friends,
is-
not one word about the Epstein files or the survivors
Right.
of
And there
Trump's
are survivors
BFF.
in the room.
Yeah. Can you be any more gross and ugly? The biggest sex
And every
trafficking ring
service
in our
member recently
lifetime.
received a
Not a
warrior
peep.
dividend of $1,776.
Let's see what Ali Stuckey's
You know, they
saying.
put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things. A lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, "What's the number?" $1,775. I said, "Wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to." I said, "We're going to figure that." I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar. I said $1,776. And I said, "That's good." And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we called it
Christine, no.
1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also...
What is he talking about right now?
I don't know, April. I'm getting delusional. That's why I need this Taco Bell. It's on the way.
My brain is mush.
It's almost here. I can watch the driver.
We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl
Were other State of the
weapon
Unions
of mass
this long
destruction.
and rambling? I can't remember. I don't
Okay,
remember
my order's here. I'll be right back.
This term.
I'll be right back, April.
Okay.
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January.
It could be so much faster if they didn't applaud every time he squeaks out a word.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me.
I'm
and they
happy
said,
for you.
Impressive.
Thank you. This feels like old times, you know?
They couldn't believe. They all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought.
Did I miss anything?
No, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it.
I'm about to have to skedat.
Space Force.
I understand. I understand.
I'm still recovering from the flu.
No, I know you have. And we're going live on Thursday, Tim and April Show, YouTube, and on Substack, 12 o'clock Eastern.
We do have some more super chats though that came in.
I don't think people are going to get mad if you forget one or two. But wait, you want to read a few real quick before you sign off?
Yeah.
Poor April. I can tell you're losing it.
And America's armed forces overwhelmed.
Okay, we get it. Propaganda. All right, here we go. A few super chats have come in. Thanks so much, friends. Again, super chats help make this show possible. They go to the production and just overhead, so thank you so much. From Leah, maybe it's Leia. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Love you guys. Thank you for helping us stay sane in these wild times. We have one from Allison. I have followed you since 2020. Wow, that's an OG right there. Thank you for facilitating a place for community to come together. Your work is meaningful. Keep sharing love and peace. Love that so much. By the way, Republicans are saying they're a month away from a functioning nuke. Which is it? Yes, I agree. And then one more from Kate here. I always listen to the podcast, but this is my first live ever. I'm going to try to remember to tune into the lives during the week. Yes, 12 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays. And $10 to April's cough drop funds. There you go,
Thank
April.
You.
We're caught up.
I've got a whole bag right
Venezuelan
here.
family and was especially close to.
You're gonna sign off and leave me and abandon me?
Enrique.
I know. I think I do.
But after Enrique ran for
my own
office
body.
and opposed Maduro,
I got it.
He was kidnapped
Thank
by
you all
Maduro's
so
security
much.
forces
Everyone
and
say
thrown
goodbye.
into the regime's
Goodbye, everybody.
really infamous prison in Caracas.
How do I get out of here?
Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life.
All right, friends.
Also.
I gotta do this shot
Since
real
the
quick.
raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already.
There we go.
With more to come.
Kind of zoomed in there.
Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate
Poor
his
April.
freedom
She's been
with you
sick
in
and
person.
been a real trooper.
Enrique, please come down.
Laura, I use Ecamm to live stream. That's the program I use. What taco should I start with? You guys hanging in there? I know it's late, but hey, Taco Bell Tim is here. Hang in there, friends. We're getting through this live together. Super chats help, though. Super chats do help.
Okay, have a good time.
I'm jealous of Melinda because she's in California, so it's only like 7 o'clock her time.
January raid to capture Maduro.
Melinda's our executive
Really
director of TNE.
It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy
that hits.
Had blessed with holy
Taco
water
Bell
before
hits.
he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military. This was a major military installation.
So my Taco Bell order,
protected
I like being very efficient. I had a free reward, so I got a chalupa. And then I get the exclusive online combo for $6. That gives me a cheesy gordita crunch, soft taco, chips, and dip. That's how I do it. That's how I do it.
And Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip. One bullet.
I don't know what he's talking about.
He absorbed 4 agonizing
I don't know
shots,
where we're going
shredding
here.
His leg into numerous pieces.
I'm lost too.
And yet, despite the fact
Another
that
bite
the
of my
use
taco.
of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight. Legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter. To deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle.
This is so graphic.
The machine gun stood right in front of him.
He's
They were
talking
right in
about
front
the
of him, two
Venezuelan
machine
invasion
guns
that we did a couple months ago.
Escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls.
Why do
to
we
face
need
the
this
enemy and let
narration?
His gunners eliminated
Why do we
the
need
threat.
this?
Turn the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow
Friends, I'll tell you a
warriors from
funny
what
story
could have
that's
been
much
a
more engaging than this rambling nonsense. Back in the day of the new Evangelicals, I used to do a segment called TNE After Dark, and one of the things I would always do is I would go live at like 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, and maybe we would respond to something or watch something, and I would just order Taco Bell on the air, and people would super chat me. So this kind of feels like an old school, TNE After Dark.
Not as gravely to take over. I'm about ready to pass
Yeah, it is
out.
bad when Melinda's bolting, 100%.
The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take this searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
You're still awake? I'm still alive. Oh, you're watching me? Sarah's watching me on the air. I like your. Hey, that's my Taco Bell. I'm the one working here. Yeah, you want to say that? You want to go on camera? She says no. Here we go. That's so funny. Everyone's saying hi on stream. She can't hear you because she can't hear you anyway, but yeah, they all say hi. Good night, I love you. It's so funny.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of
so
Eric's
nice.
actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan.
I'm going to lower this a little bit. Yeah, so
to
one thing in our
present
household
Chief
that we
Warrant
changed up a little bit was
with
me
our
and Sarah went over our
nation's
finances.
highest
So
military
we decided to call her the budget czar. She'd be in charge of the budget. So that's why she texted me when I mentioned Taco Bell on the air and asked if that's in budget. So thank you, Sarah, for approving this Taco Bell order. It means the world. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a second wind. This Taco Bell is just, it's breathing life into me. What happens is I get to a point where I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm not going to the gym tomorrow morning. I won't wake up in time. Screw it. Let's just be on air as long as we need to. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Oh, no napkins.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy.
Oh, they're in here.
Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently.
Guys, over under, how much longer are we going here?
We have it back. We brought it back. We won
And
the
when we're
First
done,
World
should we all
War
just
with
watch a
it,
movie
Second
together?
World War with it, and
I don't
then
know.
They decided to change the name. So we changed it back. And everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House.
This is just such a
Eric
bland.
will be there.
This is such a bland State of the Union.
Thank you.
We definitely need a palate cleanser, that's for sure. Yeah, something.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but
maybe we're
there
wrapping
is
up.
one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic
Not one
American
mention of the Epstein
aviator.
files.
Navy fighter pilot Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States.
Guys, we still got to watch the Democratic response. So, I mean, buckle up. Buckle up, friends. Buckle up. We're in here for the long run. If I'm here, so are you. That's a rule. If I'm still on camera, you're not going nowhere. Because we're going to have to watch pundits talk about this speech and watch mainstream media give this guy a pass pretty much. Then we're going to have to watch the Democratic response. Then a movie? Oh, we're here till 4 a.m. Come on. Come on. It's like for kids again. All-nighter. It's like a youth group lock-in from hell. It's the youth group lock-in from hell. It's amazing that he can celebrate World War II while being an authoritarian himself. That's what's so ironic about all this. I'm not going to lie, though. This Taco Bell is giving me life. I think Melinda signed off. I think between the gushing of blood that Trump mentioned and me eating Taco Bell on air, she had to go. You guys hanging in there? Right? Yeah, YouTube block-ins. Remember those days? Simpler times. Simpler times.
I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday.
Oh, my God. He's so conceited.
But, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing, and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Look, let me set the record straight. It's not that Melinda is forcing me not to curse. It's that we all agree that we want the show to be more accessible. So we decided not to use swear words on the air for Tim and April's show. That's what it comes down to.
Time in the life of a nation.
It's like an inside joke with us.
In another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago. 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into
immigrants
the pinnacle
built
of
this
human
nation.
Civilization and human
Black
freedom.
people built this
The
nation.
strongest, wealthiest,
Asian
most
people
powerful,
built this
most
nation.
successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism,
fascism,
oppression,
ironic.
and terror.
Friends, this is how
Americans
empire
lifted
is.
humanity into the skies
Right,
on the wings
empires
of aluminum
preaches
and
propaganda.
steel.
They
And then we
conquer
launched
by
mankind
colonization. They
into
conquer
the
by
stars
force, by
on rockets
enslavement, by
powered
pillaging
by
other
sheer
countries for their
American
resources,
will and
then taking the
unyielding
credit as somehow
American
they're the
pride.
greatest thing
We
since
wired
God's
the globe
earth,
with
since
our
God's
ingenuity.
green earth.
We captivated
That's how this
the
works.
planet with American culture, and now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world.
Literally bragging about
All
colonization.
of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age
Keep
of
your
America
city,
is
my
upon
city, out of
us.
your mouth, Trump,
The
Philadelphia.
revolution that
We
began
don't like
in
you.
1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Wow, brutal. Derek, are you the Derek that I worked with?
President
Is that the
Trump in
Derek
State
Bach
of
that I
the
worked with?
Union at 1 hour,
I need to know.
48 minutes.
1 hour,
That's a record for
48
this
minutes.
president.
Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, look.
Joint addresses
Look,
to
I'm
Congress.
alone here.
This will go down in
I have
history
no
as his
co-host.
longest yet.
However, I am going to hang on for a minute here. You guys can do whatever you want. If you want to sign off, feel free. But I'm going to hear some of the pundits here, because I would do this anyway. Might as well keep the stream going. And we'll see how this all shakes out.
The president looking out into that chamber tonight.
Really wild.
Filled with Republicans and many Democrats, though many did not show up this evening.
Good.
He
Have a
spoke
freaking spine.
at length about the economy, talked about a number of indicators as he saw it as positives. Inflation slowing, gas prices down, some grocery prices coming down. He said beef is finally turning the corner, said the stock market hit more than 50 all-time highs. He said one of the reasons for his economic success were his tariffs, pointing to the Dow hitting 50,000 for the first time. He said because of his
I ate a
tariffs.
whole
He talked
Taco
about
Bell
the
meal.
unfortunate ruling from the U.S.
Now,
Supreme
are they going to
Court,
fact check him?
the
That's my
disappointing
question.
ruling. But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes down on the floor, that he did shake their hands there this evening. There were a couple of shots that they showed, one of them making it very clear
Let's
that
hear
not
how
only did he
mainstream
shake
media
the
covers
Chief
this. I'm
Justice's
so
hand, but,
intrigued.
the others who had gathered there, including Amy Coney Barrett, who did not rule in his favor on the tariffs, though he did appoint her to the court, shaking all of their hands. And it was wondered going into this evening whether or not he would address them during his speech.
Oh my
he did
God,
bring up the
Derek.
court, used the words
Good to see you,
disappointing
man.
and unfortunate, but said he will
Here I
find
am.
other ways to continue to impose those
That's
tariffs.
crazy.
He said they do work, and they also work on a foreign policy perspective, he said. He said deals
so much for
have
the
been
super
made
chat.
with countries, and that he believes many of those deals will still be held up.
So far, this commentator's just
Even with this
recapping what
setback
Trump
from the
said.
court as
Okay,
he sees it.
give me the fact
A
check,
lot of
though.
pomp and circumstance
Call
tonight,
this
a lot
man
of
out.
awards given, medals, honors, quite moving. Quite a few television moments. The Navy fighter pilot there at the end. How do you beat that at 100 years old? An honor well deserved. And even though the speech was an hour 48 minutes, it was just 12 minutes in. The U.S. men's hockey team. Another television moment there, returning to a hero's welcome in the chamber
this is
and here
how-
in the
this is
country.
how America
He said the goal
celebrates a man who was BFF with the pedophile.
Presidential Medal of Freedom, Connor Hellebuck.
That's what gets me.
He said the women's team will be coming to the White House
Like,
soon.
think
which
about
many of
how,
those who
for all
believe
this
was
talk
the
about
case,
God
will
and
wait
country
to
and
see on the
biblical
TV
values from the right, look at the man that they elect in simp for. This man's hands have assaulted women.
David, look, the president stayed very much on message, and it was clear that he was trying to reclaim the narrative on the two issues that are top of mind for
Just
voters, and
shameful.
where polling has shown he is
Shameful.
slipping and losing ground ahead of the midterms, and that's the economy and immigration. And over and over again, he tried to draw a sharp contrast with Democrats on those issues. He argued the Democrats are responsible for
no, he
inflation.
lied.
His
He
policies
lied.
are turning things around.
Guys,
he urged
I mean,
Americans
for crying
in
out
his
loud,
words
the
to
Republicans
hold on
have
a
the
little while.
House,
As you noted,
they
yes,
have the
some
Senate,
prices
the
are coming
presidency,
down,
and the Supreme
gasoline,
Court, and they're still
eggs, but
blaming
overall,
Democrats
we know
for
that grocery
inflation?
Prices as a whole are up.
You gotta be kidding me.
over
You're
the
in
past
charge.
Year, but the president urging Americans essentially to give him more time, because we know so many simply aren't feeling the impact of his policies in his wallet, and it's been a problem for him. And on immigration, that made-for-TV moment, right, commanding those in the chamber to stand if they believe that the first mission of the U.S. is to protect American citizens, highlighting crimes committed by migrants. He's arguing that he is going to keep Americans safe. Of course, Democrats argue they're trying to do the same thing by demanding reforms on immigration taxes.
He talked about cities in America
Call
where he
out
believes
the
the policies
lies.
have worked when it comes to making cities safer. He did not talk about Minneapolis, at least that I did not hear.
No, he
tonight.
talked about
No,
Minneapolis.
He did not. He notably didn't talk about those tactics, as poll numbers have shown that Americans
We'll talk about
disagree
Minnesota
with
and
them.
Somali immigrants
That
and
the
blame
issue of
them for
immigration, which has
crime.
been such a winning
Where's
issue
the
for
fact
him,
check on ABC?
He took a hit on that issue after his aggressive
God.
immigration enforcement tactics in Minnesota, where, of course, 2 American citizens were killed.
Lindsay Davis, you were also listening
Not
here
a
with
peep
us.
about the-
Anchors
not a peep
ABC
about
News
the
Live
Epstein
Prime
files.
and, of course, the Sunday night edition of World News Tonight. This economy is a tall task. We've seen the polling going into the State of the Union. The White House, the president aware of these numbers, talked about the stock market.
Where do I
hitting
find the
record
Deb
highs.
response?
The chair
And
declares
some of
the
these
joint
prices
session of
beginning
the
to
two
come down.
houses
You can
now
hear the
dissolved.
joint session is now dissolved. The president has left. But did he meet the mark in terms of connecting with the American people and many of his own supporters who have waited to feel some of this relief that he speaks of?
You know, for the majority of Americans who went into this night,
the Virginia governor's
60%,
given the
according to our
response.
most recent poll, it was said that they are not happy with the economy. You have to wonder if words mattered tonight from the president when you hear him saying that this is the golden age of America and the economy is roaring like never before. Do their eyes matter more than their ears when they're hearing that the economy is strong? Does that overrule what they're seeing in their own lives?
We're going to get to everyone here at the round table in a moment, but when we come back, the Democratic response,
Okay.
Governor Abigail
It's coming up.
Spanberger of Virginia.
Coming up.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, let's just take a breather here. Take a big breath in. We made it. That was a real doozy. Also, this room that I'm in is not heated, and it is freaking cold because it's like 10 degrees outside because we had a blizzard. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I mean, guys, where's the accountability? Where's the fact checking from ABC? I'm sure MSNBC is going to be doing that because they're supposed to. CNN even might, but ABC just completely soft washing this stuff. I mean, just what? So annoying. It really blows me away. I said this a few times during tonight's stream, but you know, that man is a serial abuser. Documented cases at self-admitting that he assaults women, lies about everything. And it is the white evangelical tradition, the one that radicalized me, that is his most loyal supporters. Did you guys see the latest stats? Did you guys see the Pew research that came out around evangelical support? Let me pull this up while we're on a break here. I think it's just so worth talking about for a minute, just so I can really make the point. Evangelicals. I have to Google this, so give me a second here. Yeah, okay, here we go. So, you know, this is just Pew research. So, Pew research, white evangelicals remain among Trump's strongest supporters, but they're less supportive than a year ago. But I think this is kind of misleading, the way that they framed it, because here's the stats, okay? White evangelicals are far more likely than Americans overall to view Trump positively. Look at this data. 69% of white evangelicals, as of January of this year, approve of Trump's job performance. 58% support all or most of his policies. Think about all the policies that we've seen. ICE, everything else. They support that. But here's the craziest part. Only 40% of white evangelicals are extremely or very confident that Trump acts ethically in office. What does that tell you? It tells you that there's a 30-point gap between evangelical support and their awareness that this man is not ethical. This is the epitome of when Jesus says, what good is it for a man to gain the whole world but to forfeit his soul? This is what it looks like. These people know that Trump is unethical. They're not even hiding it anymore. You know, before when Trump first came to the political scene, guys, the media's overblowing his accusations. It's all hogwash. He's really a good man. Now they're like, you know what? No, we know. He's probably not acting ethical in office, but hey, we really approve of what he's doing. We approve of the job that he's doing. And most of us support almost all, if not all, of his current policies. Think about that. It's so, for those of you who grew up like I did in white evangelicalism, you know how still to this day jarring it is to have your Sunday school teachers that taught you Jesus loves the little children of the world cheer on a regime that is kidnapping 5-year-olds and shipping them down to Texas or deporting 6-month-olds. Like, it blows my mind. It blows my absolute mind that we are still here. I mean, I know how we got here. I'm aware of how this all went down, but it's just so frustrating. Okay, we're back here. Let's hear.
Elected Governor Abigail Spanberger will deliver the Democratic response to the president's State of the Union address. She's the first woman governor of Virginia, former CIA intelligence officer. Let's listen to
Here
Governor
we go.
Spanberger.
Now this newly elected governor of Virginia.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to historic Williamsburg. We are gathered here in the chambers of the House of Burgesses. In 1705, the people of the Virginia colony gathered here to take on the extraordinary task of governing themselves. Before there was a Declaration of Independence, a Constitution, or a Bill of Rights, there were people in this room. The people who served here ultimately dreamed of what a new nation, unlike anything the world had ever seen, could be. The United States was founded on the idea that ordinary people could reject the unacceptable excesses of poor leadership, band together to demand better of their government, and create a nation that would be an example for the world. And this year, as we celebrate 250 years since America declared our independence from tyranny, I can think of no better place to speak to you as we reflect on the current state of our union. Tonight, as we watched our nation's lawmakers gather for a joint session of Congress, we did not hear the truth from our president. So let's speak plainly and honestly. And let me ask you, the American people watching at home, 3 questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad? Is the president working for you? As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia, and I heard the same pressing concern everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered, farmers have suffered, some losing entire markets.
Farms are drying up.
Americans
That's right.
are paying the price. And even though the Supreme Court struck these tariffs down 4 days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you and your family. And Republicans in Congress, they remain unwilling to assert their constitutional authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and Republicans in Congress. And tonight, the president celebrated this law, the one threatening rural hospitals, stripping health care from millions of Americans and driving up costs in energy and housing, all while cutting food programs for hungry kids. But here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable.
Good. Like that. Hopefully you can, though. Democrats haven't been great.
And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night. Problems that dictate where you live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no. I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse, and my father was a career law enforcement officer. I began my career by following in my father's footsteps, as a federal agent working money laundering and narcotics cases.
Dang, that's
I work
crazy.
side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do the serious work of investigating crimes, comforting victims, and making arrests. It's about building trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal agents into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans.
That's right.
And they have done it without a warrant.
That's right.
They have ripped nursing mothers away from their babies. They have sent children, a little boy in a blue bunny hat, children to far-off detention centers. And they have killed American citizens in our streets.
Yes, she's right
and
here.
they have done it all with their faces masked from accountability.
Yep.
Every minute spent sowing fear is a minute not spent investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings. Our president told us tonight that we are safer because these agents arrest mothers and detain children.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Exactly.
Our broken immigration system is something to be fixed, not an excuse for unaccountable agents to terrorize our communities.
That's right. No, she has to be. I mean, this is good. I wish there was a little more anger, but what she's saying is good.
After working in law enforcement, I continued my career of service as a CIA officer, working undercover to protect the United States and our allies from global threats, terrorism, nuclear weapons, and the aggression of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to China, bow down to a Russian dictator, and make plans for war with Iran.
Yep.
Here's the truth. Over the last year, through DOJ, mass firings, and the appointment of deeply unserious people to our nation's most serious positions, our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States of America being a force for good. So I'll ask again, is the president working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no. In his speech tonight, the president did what he always does. He lied, he scapegoated, and he distracted.
Perfect.
And he offered no real solutions to our nation's pressing challenges, so many of which he is actively making worse. He tries to divide us. He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor against neighbor. And sometimes he succeeds. And so you have to ask, who benefits from his rhetoric, his policies, his actions, the short list of laws he's pushed through this Republican Congress? Somebody must be benefiting. He's enriching himself, his family, his friends. The scale of the corruption is unprecedented.
She's right.
There's the cover-up of the Epstein files, the crypto scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital.
This is good.
This is not what our founders envisioned, not by a long shot.
Yeah, she's right. She's right. She's right.
So I'll ask again, is the president working for you? We all know the answer is no. But here's the special thing about America. On our 250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible when ordinary citizens, like those who once dreamed right here in this room, reject the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose voices are becoming so powerful that the governor of Texas seeks to silence them. We see it in the bravery of Americans in Minnesota standing up for their communities, from peacefully protesting in sub-zero temperatures to carpooling children to school so that their immigrant parents are not ripped away from them in the parking lot. As a mother of 3 school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery, but I am sickened that it is necessary. And Americans across the country are taking action. They are going to the ballot box to reject this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new story, a more hopeful story.
Yep.
In November, I won my election by 15 points. And we won 13 new seats in our state legislature. Because voters decided they wanted something different. Our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between. Because they knew as citizens they could demand more, that they could vote for what they believe matters, and that they didn't need to be constrained by a party or political affiliation. This is happening across the country. New Jersey elected Mikey Sherrill as governor in a double-digit victory.
That's my state, baby! He's the best. Love New Jersey.
Democrats flipped state legislative seats in places like Georgia, Iowa, Mississippi, and Texas. The list goes on and on. Ordinary Americans are stepping up to run in the spirit of our forefathers.
Hell yeah, Derek.
They are running to demand more and to do more for their neighbors and communities. I know the story well. I first ran for office in 2018 alongside dozens of other Democrats.
Think she's going to go 90 minutes?
The seemingly impossible, flipping 41 seats in Congress. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected in 50 years, swinging our district 17 points. Those who are stepping up now to run will win in November because Americans, you at home, know you can demand more and that we are working to lower costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country safe, and we are working for you.
Nice. I hope so. I have thoughts on this. I'll share after.
In his farewell address, George Washington warned us about the possibility of, quote, cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men rising to power.
Oof.
But he also encouraged us, all Americans, to unite in a common cause, to move this nation forward. That is our charge once more, and that is what we are seeing across the country. It is deeply American and patriotic to do so, and it is how we ensure that the state of our union remains strong, not just this year, but for the next 250 years as well, because we, the people, have the power to make change, the power to stand up for what is right, the power to demand more of our nation. May God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia, and may God bless the United States of America.
Nice. Nice.
There you have it, Governor Abigail Spanberger of Virginia, the first woman governor of that state, winning in a decisive victory. Donna Brazil, I want to bring you in here tonight. First of all, this is not the easiest job after the State of the Union. Whatever party's not in power,
then I'll give you my thoughts, then we'll sign off.
She did fairly well there tonight. And do Democrats believe that she holds a key playbook in this midterm election?
There's no question that Abigail Spanberger and Mikey Sherrill and many others, including the 2 Democrats who won tonight in elections in Maine and Pennsylvania, Democrats understand that they have to meet the moment, and that means being able to talk about affordability, being able to deliver for the American people. She's a rising star in the Democratic Party, but the Democrats are ready to earn the trust and votes of the American people this fall.
I don't know.
With just a few seconds left, I want to go back to President Trump leaving the chamber here tonight. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy with us in studio. Great to have you, Kevin. I'm curious, did you think the president did what he needed to do here tonight, especially on the economy where you've seen the poll numbers?
He did. I think he did a really good job showcasing the greatness of America.
Okay, all right. I'm done with these jokers. Friends, let me see. Can you guys all see me okay? Hey, here's my quick thoughts on this. First off, thank you so much for hanging out with me and April during this live. Whenever it gets late, I get more sentimental because, I'm tired. But really, I'm so grateful I get to do this for a living. And I'm grateful I get to go live with you guys. I know me and April joke that this is tough. And it's annoying as hell. But I'm glad that we get to do this together. So thanks first off for tuning in for almost 3 hours. That just means the world. Look, here's what I'll say. And I'm going to try and be nuanced here because ultimately what I believe is that we have to flip everything blue in the midterms, right? Because what's happening in America is a direct threat to democracy and all of our neighbors as we are seeing the world around us. However, I want you all to keep something in mind. When things flip blue, you need to hold these people accountable because I'll be frank with you, I have not been impressed with the Democrats as a whole. There are, of course, a few standouts. Of course, I love Zoran Mamdani, but even then, he was more of from the Working Families Party. I like AOC, I like Ilhan Omar, but the Democrats have been very spineless. And frankly, if I'm being honest with you guys, they have had many chances in history to fix some of these problems, and they haven't. I want to see affordable health care really become a main issue. I want that fixed, and there's no reason why we can't fix that. I want livable wages. I want the billionaires to pay their fair share. I want greenhouse emissions reduced for the sake of our children, right? So when things flip, because I think that they're most likely going to. I mean, Trump's actions are so ridiculous. Keep the pressure on it because, frankly, I am not impressed with corporate Democrats. In fact, I think corporate Democrats are part of the reason we're into this mess, from the Bill Clinton era all the way on. And I know some people are going to be in my comments later and be like, how could you speak bad about these people? I'm sorry. I don't have allegiance to a political party, period. I just don't. Yes, of course I'm going to vote blue as an individual, obviously. But that does not mean I think that the Democrats are somehow going to save us without serious pressure from the people. Billionaires need to be held accountable. We are living in a time where the middle class is eroding, and whenever a middle class erodes, a country falls apart. The disparity is so big. Look up the data from Reagan on. You'll see the wealth gap shoots through the roof. That's not sustainable for the sake of our neighbors. We live in the world's wealthiest country, which arguably has been gathered by exploitation, colonization, slavery, genocide, etc. I acknowledge that. But the reality is right now, we have the most wealth out of any country in the history of the world. There is no reason why we cannot get affordable healthcare taken care of. There is no reason why we can't figure out affordable college education. You know why? Because those things at one time existed in this country. We had a top tax bracket of 90%. College was affordable. Healthcare was not through the roof. These things have shifted because the billionaire class has taken over our government. And that can exist in the Democratic space as well. But right now, it's really concentrated in the right-wing media sphere, from your Elon Musks to your Peter Thiels, etc. So please do what you got to do. Make sure you vote. But we need serious reform in the Democratic Party. We do. Look, I'm a little unhinged tonight, so I'm going to say something out loud here, and maybe you're going to hate it, but I'm going to say it, and you're allowed to disagree. Joe Biden absolutely screwed over Kamala Harris. Absolutely. 95 days to put a campaign together against MAGA? Are you kidding me? That kind of stuff should not fly. I'm sorry, it should not fly. Joe Biden should have never run again. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying he didn't hold the status quo. Yes, thank you, Joe. But what were they thinking? What were they thinking? They gave a black woman no freaking chance against MAGA because whoever was pulling the strings with Biden couldn't let go of the power. If that's not the story of white men in general, but white older men, I'm sorry. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if that's the reality. You cannot tell me that Harris had a real shot given what the Dems did to her and the fact that Joe Biden did not let it go. Sorry. Believe black women. They were the people who knew about Trump from the beginning. They did their job. White men didn't. White evangelicals didn't. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting here in a second, but my all that to say is that I am obviously all in favor of doing what we need to do to stop the bleeding. Okay, but for us to start healing, A lot more work needs to be done. So my last word to you all is this. Christian nationalists have been planning this stuff for decades. They fought for 45 to 50 years to overturn Roe v. Wade. They did not give up. They were relentless in their quest, and they did it. I remember growing up and hearing from even Democrats, oh, it's never going to happen. It's never going to be able to happen. No, it did. And so don't think that one election is going to fix this. You need to be in the fight long term. You need to get educated on our political system. You have to get educated on organizational strategies. You have to realize that this is going to be a slow process. One midterms isn't going to fix all this stuff. It takes a long time. And one thing that Christian nationalism has done really well is they've been strategic to fund organizations and structures that have lasted generations to get what they want done. Trump is the fruit of 50 years of planning, right? So just keep that in mind as we think about the future. Keep that in mind. We have a lot of work to do. All right. Hey, I really appreciate all of you. It means the world. Truly means so much. I love doing this work. It is the privilege of my life to be on this show along with April. And I know if she was here, she would say the same thing. We will be back live this Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern on YouTube and on Substack with our friends via Lincoln Square Media over on Substack. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like. If you are looking for a better path forward in your faith, check out the New Evangelicals. It's an organization that I founded that produces this show, now run by the wonderful Melinda Hale. We have tons of free resources, access to scholarship, biblical stuff. There's the Advocacy Hour podcast. There's the New Evangelicals podcast. There's a whole ton of resources that are totally free via the New Evangelicals. Go to thenewevangelicals.com, join our free community. It's an amazing place. I am grateful for all of you. I am going to try and decompress for a few minutes before bed and let this Taco Bell settle. I'll catch you all later on. See ya.